Let's go!
The college football playoff is here, and in the matchup of 2 versus 3, an old adage will be put to the test. If defense does in fact win championships, then these two are true contenders. The men of Michigan, 7 years of growing doubt, sparking a goal realized, with head coach Jim Harbaugh finally slaying the dragon that stood between his team and the college football playoff.
Where there's a will, there's a way, and the will was very strong with our team.
But with one beast beaten, another animal awaits. A Georgia Bulldogs team that led the country in defense, surrendering less than a touchdown per game throughout the regular season. But that mettle recently tested by a rival of their own.
They didn't do any damage. No, what it did is reinvigorated our energy.
The beauty of this game, who you were is not who you are. So who are you gonna be? Two proud programs, both trying to elevate to an elite air reserved for the game's best. It's time to punch a ticket or pack your bags as we get set for the CFP Semis.
Oh, we'll get a little smash mouth football between Michigan and Georgia once they meet there in that Orange Bowl. The Wolverines have been riding that run game all season long. You see it there, rushing yards per game, just under 223 or under 224. But when it comes to Georgia on that side of the ball, they don't play around. You see it there just yielding about 81.7, and when it comes per rush, just 2.6. In other words, it's going to be a tough day and a lot of smashing between the two. We'll see how that one pans out. Time to bring in senior college football writer Barrett Sallee with an early look ahead at this one. And Barrett, Georgia looking to kind of wipe the slate clean after what we saw in the SEC championship. And that starts with Stetson Bennett at quarterback. He ran into some trouble against Bama. How much of a leash will we see with him against Michigan in this one?
I don't think you're going to see a very long leash because I think Georgia saw in that game that they can't win if Stetson Bennett is forced into a shootout. He made some mistakes in the second half that really prevented them from getting back in that game. And I was there, I was watching JT Daniels roam up and down the sideline. He wanted in, and they just didn't put him in because I think at that point they felt that they could lay up, get into the playoff, and adjust moving forward. So I think right now you have a very similar situation to what Alabama had in 2017 with Jalen Hurts, not necessarily dynamic, but Tua Tagovailoa behind him. And I was at that semifinal game. Tua was going to play. He was the talk of practice, and he didn't get in, and then a week later he won the national championship. I think Georgia is going to have the same sort of situation. Stetson will start, JT will get looks with the ones once they get to bowl practice, and there will be a quick hook. It'll be like a Major League Baseball playoff game where you have a quick hook into the bullpen from the starting pitcher. I think that's exactly how they're going to go about it because they understand, hey, look, if you get into a shootout, Stetson's not your guy.
Right, if it's Stetson Bennett or JT Daniels, look, you still have to deal with Michigan's Aiden Hutchinson off the edge for that Michigan defense deal. Will they kind of be able to slow him down and maintain and kind of maybe keep him off the ropes of sacking their quarterback here?
Yeah, I think they'll try to do a lot. They'll do different things. They'll keep multiple tight ends in, and they've done that at different times because they have tight ends that excel in different ways. So Darnell Washington back in the fold, he's going to be more of the pass catcher, or more the blocker, with Brock Bowers being more of the pass catcher. So you can use those two guys in a variety of different ways, and their running backs are very good pass blockers. So I think that's how Georgia's going to approach it. They understand, look, hey, you're going to get a quarterback on the move. There's no way you can slow down Aiden Hutchinson and the rest of that defensive line. But the good thing is Stetson Bennett can move, and JT Daniels, if you get into a situation, you're probably slinging it deep anyway, so he won't have to. So I think Georgia has ways to combat that, but they're not the ideal way they want to go about playing their game. So if Georgia gets out of its comfort zone, then you might see Aiden Hutchinson running free.
Hutchinson third in the country with 14 sacks coming into this game. But let's look at the two sides of the ball that really matter here. Michigan's rushing attack has been key all year for them. Chances Georgia's defense, though, can sell out and stop that ground game.
See, I think they can, because this is the kind of game where both these teams want to play the same way. It wasn't the same way with Georgia and Alabama in Atlanta, but in this game, they both kind of want to go about the same thing. They want to make it a fist fight. So I don't think that they're going to feel that threatened by Cade McNamara, so they will be able to load up the box, slow down Hassan Haskins and the rest of that running game, and force Cade McNamara to beat him. Now, that's exactly what they did in the SEC championship game. Bryce Young just beat them. That's what Heisman Trophy winners do. It's a pretty big step back from Bryce Young to Cade McNamara. So it's a much better matchup for Georgia this week, this game, as opposed to last time out. Yeah, they did not look good up front. I think in the world of college football, those of us that have been around it understand that's one game. That is not a trend. And I don't think Michigan can make it a trend.
Yeah, defensive front looking for a bit of redemption after we saw in the SEC.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.